What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How y'all doing today? It is your boy Ghost. We are live. Well, and it's Tuesday, so you know what that means. It is the hottest series in North America, and we're back for round 3. And on your screen, right there in front of you, is where we're racing here tonight. We are over in Italy at Sardegna B Layout. So it's not the full course Sardegna Layout. This is a GP circuit, so to speak. So it's a little bit shorter. You can see these guys going around this racetrack very, very quickly, and we're going to see some great battling on this small little track. Absolutely. I mean, obviously, if we've seen the first 2 races so far this season, whew, we're in for it tonight. So, like I said, we are in Italy here tonight, and the circuit length is 3.8 kilometers long, so it's only 2.4 miles. It's got 13 left and right-hand turns. It is an original circuit with a tarmac surface, and it appears in Gran Turismo Sport in an update and Gran Turismo 7 upon release. And of course, huge shout out, yo, what's up, LJ? How you doing, my guy? And of course, big shout out to DMJ Round, who is the amazing brainchild behind the series here. This is season 2, ladies and gentlemen, here in North America. And huge shout outs to the partners LWR Design, Fanatec, GT Omega, DDR, and of course myself, the host for the evening, GT45 Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. I can't talk tonight. We're a little bit rushed here today. We worked a little bit later than we were expecting. We got about 4 minutes to qualifying, so we're doing all right. We're doing all right. So again, the details here, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, round 3, Sardegna Road Track B. It is 5 o'clock p.m. Very nice weather outside, and the drivers have to use the medium tires tonight. And the pit window's actually at the end of lap 5. I told the drivers the end of lap 4, so we'll have to let that slide if we see a driver pit early. No tuning allowed, as the cars have specific settings for the drivers to be running. The tire wear is 6 times. Fuel depletion is 4 times. The boost is off. It is a grid start with false start check. Hey, what's up, Nick? Much love. Thanks for that like, brother. Slipstream is real. Mechanical damage is heavy, ladies and gentlemen. So the drivers have to be on point here in this race. Even a bump draft can create damage to the front aero package or rear aero package of the car they're bump drafting. So everything has to be done very carefully here in the race tonight. Of course, they start with a full tank of fuel. The only driving aids that the drivers do have at their disposal are the analog braking system and the traction control system. The grip is reduced on track edges. It's all real there, of course. And like I said, the drivers must use required mandatory tire, which is mediums this race for 1 full circuit lap. So, yeah. Hey, look at us. We're rocking and rolling here. So, we're just going to put it back to here because that's what we do. We're going to do some setting checking because that's what we do. And we're missing some drivers because when I scheduled the series, I didn't think about of course, Independence Day long weekend and Canadian Day long weekend, all falling on the same weekend. So we are going to be short a couple drivers here in the field today. Obviously, they're on holidays with their families. Can't expect them to be on track when you're spending time with your families. We don't expect that. Obviously, spend time with your families. Hope you're all having a blast. We're missing, I think, 3 drivers due to holidays today. So it's 11 drivers in the field here today, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony coming in. Yo, how's it going, mate? How you doing, my guy? So we're just checking settings. Everything looks really good. I mean, these drivers are on point week in and week out, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, as every season progresses, we get a little bit, we just know what they are. Hey, and there's our man, Vegas Paul. I didn't know Paul was actually going to make it because he was in California this weekend with his family. So, literally diving in at the last second here is Paul. Anthony coming in with that like and that share too. Much love, much love. We appreciate all you guys hanging out here. Go guest appearance, says LJ. No, because then they want to give reserve points for somebody else. You do have a car, though. You do have a car. If you want to... Yeah, okay, you know what, LJ? If you want to jump in, we technically still have an open spot, so... Yeah, go for it, my man. You want to pop in? We'll wait. We'll give it a couple extra minutes here. Medium tire required. 107, for the 4C, if that's what you're going to run. But yeah, no, jump in, buddy. We'll give it a couple minutes here. Should probably let the guys know that we're going to be giving a couple minutes for driver to get on track, so we're just going to hang out here. That's funny because now we're going to see two very similar cars on the racetrack, but they're not the same car. Yeah, we'll give you a couple minutes, LJ. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. So while we're waiting, I'm just going to let the drivers know that we have another driver coming. Alright, so we do appreciate the patience from all the other drivers. Obviously, with GD Jake, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning for him, so we don't like to make him wait too long, but LJ's quick. He's very familiar with the series, so he doesn't need to be briefed. He knows what's going on. Obviously, he was competing last season, so... It'll be a nice juicy field here at Sardegna B tonight, ladies and gentlemen. 107, 100, LJ. 107, 100. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so the fuel and tire wear this season is the same as last season, but what we are seeing compared to last season so far this season is obviously we were running the Group 4 cars last season, and they handled the tire wear and the fuel consumption a little bit better than these Group 3 cars do. So what we're seeing in these Group 3 cars is actually these drivers having to make 2 stops so far in both the races early on this season. So... we can flip over screens here. You guys can see what I'm seeing here. There's nothing special going on here at all. We got Bandit returning after being on holidays last season as well. Again, new driver this season. We'll go through the field here as we're just waiting for LJ to pop in here. We have Spec 1 here sitting in P1. Sparky sitting P2. This is just practice too, ladies and gentlemen. So the driver's just been running practice laps here. Obviously, it's a GT Sport, so we can do that. We don't have to worry about it affecting the starting grid or anything like that. Alright, so we're just waiting for our other driver to load in, ladies and gentlemen, and then we're going to be firing it off right away. So he'll dial in quick, I assure you. You see some of the drivers take advantage of a couple extra minutes of practice trying to refine those lines. Yeah, you're good, LJ. You're good, brother. Nolander, of course, is streaming right now, I believe, on Facebook Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to see the race from Nolander's point of view, he is streaming on Facebook Gaming. I don't think anybody else is streaming at the moment. If you're a supporter of the Ghost Viper Gaming Facebook page, you will be able to watch Ghost Viper's point of view as well, but you do need to be a supporter of his page, as he has a supporter stream currently going for that as well. Hey, look who's in the house. The man himself, D.90, ladies and gentlemen, coming in to check things out live tonight. D-Dot coming in with that like. And I mean, a huge round of applause to D-Dot, man. He's you know, D-Dot's a proud partner of DMJ, as he runs all the UK series over there. He's the absolute amazing commentator over there. And yeah, we always love seeing him stop in to catch a race here in North America. So I think we're good. We're just going to go back into the lobby now, make sure everything's correctamundo. Ian coming in with that share as well. Much love, everybody. All right, these drivers are set, so we're going to let them know we're starting quali here. And we're going to get this thing kicking, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get it kicking. Hey, don't be doing that button. I don't, mate. I don't. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, 5 minutes. As soon as you see that little clock up at the top right-hand corner, hit 35. We're gonna hit that button, and these guys are gonna put on a show for us here tonight, just like they have the last 2 weeks beforehand. If this is anything of how the whole season is gonna go, ooh, we're gonna need towels to mop up the sweat from watching the intense action, from biting our nails and grabbing the ends of our couches, ladies and gentlemen, because these drivers have just been putting it all on the line. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get with it. So we have 15 minutes of qualifying here. And it's going to be interesting to see where all these drivers all wash out here in qualifying. We're seeing a lot of pace coming out of a lot of drivers here today. I think this is going to be a super close race. Sardegna B's, like I said, it's a small little Grand Prix style circuit. And should really provide some very close, interesting racing tonight, I think, ladies and gentlemen. 2:30 a.m. here. Can't hear game. Gotcha. I got it muted, that's why. Alright, now we got game sound. Yeah, Kristen with the like and the share. Much love, D-Dot. Appreciate you, homie. Alright, D-Dot saying good luck, everybody. Yeah, we just changed it. We just fixed it, my man. We just turned it on. Alright, so Spec was first out of the pits here, so we're going to stick with Spec here. Of course, we have to wait for these guys to go all the way around the live timing here. Nolander's actually going to steal that spot from Spec there. This is just qualifying. These guys aren't racing for position. You can see Spec slowing down here. He's just giving up some space. He doesn't want to be... You don't want to be on a really good qualifying lap to catch up to another driver and potentially have to slow down and lose some time off your qualifying lap. So you can see Spec really backing off there a little bit, giving himself some space. And you see Sparky playing a little bit of a different strategy. He's going to hang right behind Nolander and try to take advantage of some slipstreams. So, again, the drivers are allowed to take as many sets of tires as they want during qualifying to try and get the absolute best time. So we're going to see some different strategies from the drivers here tonight. We're going to see guys slipstreaming and trying to get the best time. You're going to see guys just trying to run their own lap without any traffic. And then you're going to see guys just kind of play it chill and play it slow for the first 10-12 minutes of qualifying, burn fuel out of their cars, and you're just going to see them let go of a ripper of a lap right at the end of qualifying. We always see it like that here. And we're already seeing it. We already seen the strategy playing in. The Specs diving in for tires right now. Vegas Paul up in P3 here now. Hart, I have to be up at 7, school run, Lamau. Hey, I know, bro. Well, hopefully you can sleep, my man. But we appreciate you stopping in. We always appreciate the D to the dot to the 90, man. We got Vegas Paul here in P3. Bandit up in P4 here. He's looking pretty speedy. So Bandit is the only driver in the field here to make a car swap tonight. And you're going to see two very similar cars on track, but different styles on them. And yeah, maybe we'll explain that later. Maybe we won't. We'll see how much action's going on the racetrack. But here we got two Alphas that look quite similar to each other, but they're different. Yeah, Superman back here this week. We have most of our drivers here this week. Again, Kilt is still, I think he's at work tonight, actually, so he won't be able to race here tonight. And our unconfirmed driver is still, well, unconfirmed. And ATB is on holidays, so... Well, it's a good thing it's quality, because he's having a little bit of a oversteer incident there, but that's all right. So red flags are in play here, ladies and gentlemen. Much like last season, I don't think we had to use a red flag once. Whoop. And there's a risk you take when you're qualifying. Slipstreaming another driver is unfortunately sometimes that happens, but again, ladies and gentlemen, it's just qualifying. There's still 12 minutes remaining. And hopefully lesson learned there. Ooh, that was so close. Nolander's just trying to get that thing on track here. You got Ghost Viper coming around, so you see him get off the racing line here. He realizes he's got some pretty dirty tires right now. Just an unfortunate tap there. But Nolander will just get back at her and just continue on. So, a little bit of a tap for Sparky, so the drivers do need to keep in consideration that obviously they don't want to ruin another driver's qualifying time, but these guys are all in a driver's chat together. I guarantee you apology was thrown out there already. So yeah, great group of guys these guys are, man. They practice together, they talk together all the time in the Discord. I love DMJ seasons because the Discord's always buzzing at GT45 Gaming when we got a season happening here from DMJ. The drivers absolutely love the series. I love hanging out with each other. And Yeah. Sparky's just backing up a little bit here. He's gonna burn some fuel off. He's just gonna chill out. Right now he's currently holding pole. Only about 0.2 of a second though, so and a 119.1, so you can clearly see these guys are flying on the racetrack here tonight. I mean, 118s are like alien times, ladies and gentlemen, to put it in perspective. So Sparky Boomman is like right on that cusp. Ghost Viper's right there too. 119.2. Got Barr in third place with a 119.6. Super Ninja sitting there with a 119.8. We've got Badass with a 119. Tied with LJ, looks like there. We got Betcher as well, and he's the first driver in the 120s so far. So the guys are showing some pace on the racetrack here tonight. That is for sure, ladies and gentlemen. I was doing some testing on the track here with Bandit last night, helping Bandit get some lines down and just try to find some time for him. And I was only able to crisp about a 120 flat yesterday, so yeah, these guys are flying. These guys are absolutely flying. I'm not saying what car I was driving either, but these guys are cruising. So, 9.5 minutes remaining, ladies and gentlemen. 9.5 juicy qualifying minutes, and positions are bouncing. So Spec now taking pole, and he's the first one to dip into the 118s, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 118.826. So Spec 1 dipping into the 118s for the first time here tonight. These are fast laps, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Sparky was just put down another 119. So I think we're going to see some pretty incredible pace from the drivers here tonight. Badass is right there too. I think we have like 8 drivers in the 119s currently. So that's going to make for some pretty close racing, ladies and gentlemen, if I got to say so myself. A 120.1. Nolander's right there too, the 120.6. Superman's right there. Bandit's right there. He just hasn't dialed in yet, but I mean, he's for early on in his qualifying, he's running some nice laps there. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Whew. I'm already sweating, already knowing what's going to happen in this race with these guys, man. The last 2 weeks, they just have not let up on the action. And I'm just preparing myself for a pretty crazy race here tonight, because, again, this is a very small racetrack. And it's going to provide some really great racing. There's going to be guys digging sandcastles. There's going to be guys going to the beach. There's going to be guys battling and rubbing door handles. There's we're going to see a lot of things happening here over the next 40 minutes, 45 minutes here, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, guys are really struggling with that corner. We're seeing all the alphas spinning out in that middle sector. We got LJ off the track. We had Bandit off the track and another alpha. We had Barr off the track there too in an RCZ. So the Spec really having to navigate some carnage there as he was coming through on qualifying. Spec going in again. Sparky coming in. I mean, these guys are close. We're talking 0.3 of a second between first and second, a tenth between second and third. What is that? That's like 6/100ths between third and fourth place. 0.3 between fourth and fifth, and then it's 0.3, a tenth. Oh man! And I mean, Jake, we haven't seen Jake's flying lap yet. I think he's doing what Jake does every time we qualify here, every round at DMJ. I think he's just emptying that gas tank out, and he's gonna put his hot lap in the last couple laps. So last 2 races were fight. This track should have loads to show. I know. This is going to be an intense race. The drivers are definitely going to have to be on point here tonight. This is going to be a crazy race start, ladies and gentlemen. I could just sense it. I sense it. The drivers are 2 for 2 on perfect race starts here so far this season. So let's see if they can make a 3 for 3. Oh, that alpha sounds so good when you backfire it. Ah. And LJ available to race today, and we still have this open spot on the grid, so we do have a driver missing on the field here today too due to holidays, so we may, I don't know yet. I'm not sure how we're going to sort that out yet, but I'll sort that out. But yeah, LJ in for the first race of the season here as well. And another quick driver, ladies and gentlemen. If you look closely on the side of that Alpha, he's got Roger on the side of his car from American Dad, is signifying he's an alien, and it's not that much of a stretch, ladies and gentlemen. He is a very quick young man. But Spec 1 currently right now sitting on pole position, but not by much. 7/100ths of a second from Ghost Viper. 26 in second place now, so he's jumped Sparky Boom Man. So Sparky now dropping down to P3 here. And I mean, these guys have really fast times. So this is going to be a heck of a race. This could be a heck of a race. Yeah, Betcher here as well. He's dipped into the 119s as well. He's moved up into P5. Barr's still sitting there too. Jake is now into the 119s as well, ladies and gentlemen. LJ is in the 119s. We got top 8 drivers in the 119s. And Nolander is right there, just on the cusp. He's sitting in just in the low 120s here currently. We got Heathen here. He's a little bit back, 121 right now. Porsche's an understeery car. It's going to be a tough track for that particular car this week. I think the RCZ is going to be a tough one too. We got Vegas jumping up into P10 there as well. And then we have Superman in P12. And we got Bandit in P13. And him and Superman are not that far apart. Again, Bandit's brand first ever competitive championship series as well. So love seeing new racers in the leagues, ladies and gentlemen, and that's all it takes. It just takes a registration, a little registration, get yourself on track. And I was practicing with Bandit last night, helping him out, and he's really having fun. And I gotta tell you, man, I've seen leaps and bounds of improvement already in his racecraft, and his driving, his lines, his braking. So league racing is so beneficial, ladies and gentlemen. It teaches you so much more than an open lobby can. And Spec is ripping 118.4, ladies and gentlemen. I think Spec is hungry for that championship, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, being a teammate of mine with Rockefeller Racing, Spec 1 is, I know for a fact how competitive he is. And he is not going to be satisfied with what happened last race, and he is going to be bound and determined for that race win tonight. So watch out for Spec 1 tonight, as he is going to be definitely looking to redeem after running out of fuel there right on the final lap last week and really dropping back a few spots. Really unfortunate there. I mean, a little miscalculation on fuel, and that's all it took, right? So took a really good solid race and kind of made it go down the pooper a little bit. But Spec 1, he'll bounce back, and he's showing it here tonight as he's really flying around this racetrack, ladies and gentlemen. So I think he's the driver to look out for here tonight. Excuses, thank you. Vegas Paul in P11. Vegas Paul just getting onto the track just in time for qualifying here. So some of the real life, ladies and gentlemen, it makes it tough to race sometimes. It makes it really rough to race sometimes. You just literally get home and jump in the ring. We got Ian coming in with that big fat heart as well. Much love you. We appreciate you. We got Brandon coming in with the share as well and the heart on stream. Just making sure we're getting all the juicy shoutouts for all our lovelies. I've been here a few times at 4 or 5 a.m. to be at work for 8, but I'm off this week so with COVID, so who needs sleep? Oh, wow, I hope you're feeling better, my guy, and hopefully you get over that soon. And hey, at least you got a good race to watch. You know this is going to be a good one. Sparky Boomman back up into P2, jumping Ghost Viper by 4/1000ths of a second, ladies and gentlemen. 4/1000ths. We're talking like a piece of rubber, man. Like, not much at all. Jake is right there now up into P4 as well. So, I mean, now we're starting to see guys running in 118s here consistently. And these guys are flying. Badass is just like, yeah, you know what? I'm just good. I'm good. We got LJ here in P6. And look how tight this is. 2/10ths, 8/100ths. We got Betcher right here. 2/100ths from Bar 27. If it was 7/10ths ahead of Nolander at the moment. And then we've got Heathen in P10 there. So these guys have just been bouncing around. We got Superman having a little incident there. We got Vegas just popping off the track there. And we got Mr. Bandit Zeke. Look like all three drivers having a little bit of an issue all in their own spots here on the racetrack. So, again, sorry buddy, Twitch. Oh. and gentlemen. So Nolander isn't in the driver's chat. That's why you see him apologizing in the game chat, ladies and gentlemen. The drivers know to try and keep that game chat as clear as possible, obviously, but it's just Nolander's communicating. Make sure he's apologizing. Obviously, there must have been some contact there somewhere along the way. But you know, Badass isn't a, he doesn't stress that guy, man. If anybody actually knows Badass and hangs out with Badass, he's a real chill cat. So he knows he's got the pace to win this race, and it's really going to come down to race conditions and situations once the race starts. I mean, you could be the fastest driver on the racetrack. That's not going to guarantee you your race win. And we see it time and time again, week in and week out. I mean, any one of these drivers in this field could win this race. So you just never know who's really going to have what it takes to take it all in. And it's tough too. It's tough rushing home and trying to get some practice in. And like, I know myself as a racer, I like to get a little bit of warm up in before I get on track, just to get comfortable, get into the rhythm. I'm feeling fine, no symptoms. Just bored out of my mind. I'll watch this and download ACC for the Pleiades. I might have a look at it. Oh, you won't be disappointed, my dude. I promise you that, man. You won't be disappointed. And the graphics aren't the greatest, but the game itself is sound. Very, very sound. We got Joe coming in with that like and that share as well. Alright, so Spec 1 does come across. He is taking that checkered flag here. We got Jake has already taken that checkered flag. Ghost is still on a flying lap. So Ghost can still take a swing at this pole position here. But currently we do have Spec 1 sitting on pole with Jake sitting in second. And Sparky Boomman sitting in P3. Can Ghost grab a position here on this lap, or flying lap around? This is final one. We got Bar just in behind him there as well, trying to improve on that 8th. Apex is done. LJ is done. You can really eat a lot of that curve, so you're going to see a lot of that coming around that final corner. You're going to see these drivers taking a lot of that curve. You see Ghost getting a little bit squirrely there. So Bar not improving, Ghost not improving either. Betcher's not flying right now. Nolander, Heathen. Oh, wrong button. We got Superman, Vegas, and Bandit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so 10 seconds away from race start. Are y'all ready? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, grab your favorite seats, grab those cold beverages, and get ready because it's race time. Gentlemen, kick those tires, light them fires, let's go racing. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this. It is time. It is finally time to kick off round 3. So, qualifying is done, the grid is set, the drivers are ready to go, they're fired up. It's time to get racing. So, here we go. Spec and pole. Jake in second. Sparky in third. Fourth is Ghost. Badass in fifth. LJ in sixth. Betcher in seventh. Bar in eighth. Nolander in ninth. Heathen in 10th to round out our top 10 here. And let's get busy. Let's get racing, shall we? We got 4 reds, 5 reds. Drivers have got those engines revving. They're waiting. And we're green. No false starts this week. Everybody's on it, and we're off. Great start by all the drivers here. Nobody really getting a jump on anybody. We're still all kind of in grid formation here. So here we go. T1, ladies and gentlemen. This is always where it gets exciting. We got them coming 2 wide, 3 wide. We got 3 wide, 5th, 4th, 6th. Are these guys going to hold the corner? Yes, they are. Everybody surviving that 3 wide corner. Great job by those 3 drivers there in 4th, 5th, and 6th battling. But Jake getting the quick lead on the jump start here. We got Ghost in P2, Spec in P3, Betcher up into P4. Sparky Boomman all the way down to P5, and we see LJ putting some pressure on him, but not putting any real source of immediate pressure. Just holding his line currently. All these drivers are nose to tail still. Really great drive here on lap 1. We got Nolander in 8th place. We see Bar in 9th just behind there. He's taking a look inside. Ooh, Nolander getting pushed out wide. Whoa, whoa. Ooh, and he's going to take a little damage there. And it looks like Bandit got caught up in that there as well. Really unfortunate for both these drivers. So, GVG Jake. Actually, let's go see what happened there. Let's see if Bandit actually got caught up in that, or if he had he had dirty tires as well. So him and Nolander both taking the same line there. And ooh, Bandit getting into the rear end of that car. So really unfortunate there for Bandit. Hopefully he didn't get engine damage from that. But Ghost now in the lead, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, we are missing all kinds of action. We're going to get back to that pass right now. Nope, wrong replay. Oh, right there, right at that corner, he went around Jake, so we just missed it, unfortunately. Really unfortunate, but let's get back to the action here up front. So we have Ghost Viper in first place. Ghost Viper is our winner of round 1 here, ladies and gentlemen. So he's definitely a guy that everybody needs to watch out for. Jake is in P2. We got Spec just behind him, P3, with Betcher all over him, Sparky all over the backside of Betcher here currently. So let's jump on board with Sparky Boomman here. And let's see what it looks like in the mid-pack right now, ladies and gentlemen, on lap 2 here. So you can see, everybody can still see everybody. The leader is just up there. You see Jake, you see Spec, you see Betcher just up front. And then you look behind, and oh, okay, hello, LJ. We got LJ making the move here. Is he going to get the job done? He's on the outside. Great job by those two drivers to hold their positions there. Sparky not able to get the job done, though, around Sparky Boomman, so he has to settle back in behind in P6 there and wait for another opportunity. You see Barr just in P7 behind these drivers. So, again, the field very, very close together here. We had a couple drivers in the back of the pack having some self-induced incidents there, so they have fallen off a little tiny bit here. See Nolander still out on track. We got Banda still out on track as well, so both guys still out. And we got Ghost Viper coming across with the first official fastest lap of the race with a 1:19.190. So very early on, Ghost is setting the pace. And ooh, getting a little bit slippery around that corner. They're getting out of it. Ooh, is he going to save it? He's got to save it. He's going to have some dirty tires here. That should allow Jake to catch up a little bit here now. And you can see him in that purple Apex livery there. That just beautiful, beautiful looking liveries on track again, ladies and gentlemen. Week in and week out, these guys just pop out some great stuff. Spec right there, P3. We've got Betcher in P4. Super Ninja in P5. So Super Ninja has found a way around Sparky Boomman. So Ninja's moving up a spot. Sparky's still on the chase. But lots of race left, ladies and gentlemen. We're only 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes in. We're only 4 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen. It's been pretty crazy. We have Heathen here in P8. We've got Badass just in behind him there in P9. We got Superman and Vegas Paul in P10 and P11. And of course, Nolander and Bandit. A little bit of work to do, but up the road here and just doing their thing. So trying to get up to the pack right there. Of course, both having spins on lap 1 there, which is that's just the way it goes, ladies and gentlemen. That's the way when you're racing that hard. Sometimes you make a mistake and it costs you a little bit of a spin here and there, but these drivers will get back on their pace and get right back into the mix of it. Good luck to all the drivers, says Ian. Much love, Ian. We appreciate everybody hanging out here today. But Ghost Viper in a very commanding lead here. He's starting to open that gap on Jake. But again, he's really struggling getting that Porsche on that first corner there, as you can see. Again, getting the rear end of that car a little bit loose. So, again, a little bit of time potential to pick up for Jake here. Betcher in P3. We got Spec in P4. We've got Ninja in P5. We've got Sparky up in P6. Still trying to get Ninja, trying to get that answer back on the move on Ninja here. We've got Barr, woo, getting a little bit sideways with that RCZ there, and in P7, we're still battling hard here. We've got Badass in P8. Badass has just made his way around Heathen there. Let's see if we can actually catch that replay here. I keep forgetting we're on sport. I can do this. So we're just catching the edge of it there. Heathen just having a little bit of a slow exit there, and Badass just came out with a better exit and gets the easy pass on the outside there on Heathen. And great job by Badass there to get another position. So moving along is Badass. Woohoo! Good job, Heathen. Way to collect that car, my man. That car got all kinds of sideways on him there. We got Vegas Pauly here in P10. Nolander's not too far behind. Up in P11 here, he's gotten ahead of Superman, so Superman must have had a little bit of a mistake here. And then we've got Bandit here in 13th, so falling back a little bit there, but he may have stopped to fix some damage potentially there, as again, we did see him hit the rear end of that car. With that being a mid-rear engine car, obviously that's where the engine is, so you do risk hitting engine damage, hitting the rear end of your car there. But we do have Ghost Viper in P1. Betcher now up into P2, so I'm not sure what we missed there, but let's see what happened there. Oh, beautiful replay action, ladies and gentlemen. Just coming into T1 there, he just makes the move on the inside. Jake didn't even try to fight it there. It's very early on in the race, and Betcher gets a great move done on Jake there for P2, so a little bit of podium position changing here very early on in the race again, but we see Spec starting to close up now on Jake here as well, so Spec is cruising here. Whoa, both drivers get a little bit squirrely there. That had the potential to be a little bit interesting. So this is, whoa. We're having a little button glitch there. So we have spec on the inside. A little bit of contact between the two drivers. Really minor contact there, though. And now Jake gets to look at B with some butt heads. Spec takes P3 from Jake here currently. But Jake is our last season champion, ladies and gentlemen. So do not count Jake out for a second. He has a strategy in his mind. And clearly right now he is sticking to that strategy. So he's not battling, he's not working any more on the car than he needs to right now. He's not putting any more wear on the tires or any more stress on that race car. It's still early on in the race. We got Ninja at P5 with Sparky still all over him there in P6. Got Barr here in P7. We've got Badass in P8. We've got Heathen in P9 here. He's having some good solid laps here now. We got Paul in P10. Nolander up at P11 is trying to make up some time there on Vegas Paul. We got Superman just behind Nolander here, and then we've got Bandit just behind here, rounding our field here today. Of course, just an early incident there for Nolander and Bandit, so they're on the back foot a little bit here as we're early in the race. Just about 10 minutes in, just about 8 minutes in here now. A 40-minute endurance race, ladies and gentlemen. Medium tires are required this week, so all these drivers do need to use the medium tires. So what we should expect to see in this race is a 2-stop, potentially maybe a 1-stop. It depends on, I guess, the tires and the comfortability of the driver on those tires. We got Betcher, and Betcher is cruising. Spec right there in 3rd place. Now you're starting to see everybody space a little tiny bit. Jake is still right there. He hasn't let Spec get away from him at all. He's not leaving that podium, leave his sight. Sparky Boomman has now gotten past LJ again. So Sparky now into P5, LJ back into P6. We've got Barr here in P7. Badass up into P8. We got Vegas Paul now up into P9. Nolander P10. We got Vegas in P11. And we see our first pit stop here with Heathen. So potentially some damage on the car and just needs to get rid of that. So Heathen making a pit stop here. See if he opts to take any tires while he's here. Yeah, he might as well take a new fresh set of rubber. Get some fuel in the car. Little damage repair. And he's off, ladies and gentlemen. Just like that. So dropping to the back of the field there after having to make that early pit stop, but you know, just gotta fine-tune this strategy a little bit now. Again, sometimes your strategy, obviously every race car driver comes into these races with a design strategy in their minds, but racing situations do tend to make you change your strategies on the fly based on what is actually happening on the racetrack in front of you at the moment. So we're seeing that with Heathen there. I mean, it could be a strategy for Heathen. We don't know for sure, but we got Betcher with a 1 second track limit penalty there. So that is, sorry, a half-second track limit penalty. 0.1 seconds of that penalty left. You can see him burning that off. We have clarified the penalty burning rule for the drivers this week since I forgot the first 2 weeks. So now there's definitely no gray area on the burn rule. We got Jake getting some pressure here from Sparky now, so let's jump on board with Jake as he's potentially going to be battling with 5th, 6th, and maybe even 7th place here. Now he has Sparky catching up to him. You can see he picked the pace up a little bit. He's like, all right, mate, I didn't like how close you got there, so you know what? We're going to put it down a little bit here. But let's see if Sparky catches him coming around this really tough corner. You can see Jake taking a fairly shallow entry into that, and Sparky taking a real tight entry, and Sparky actually gaining some time on Jake there. But now you see Ninja right there too with Sparky. You see Barr just in the background, and then right behind Barr you got Badass as well. So we've definitely got some cars potentially battling up here. Ooh, Ninja getting a little bit sideways there as we see behind Sparky, losing a little bit of time to the driver in front there, and Jake going into pit lane. So Jake is making a pit stop here as well. Stop there from GVG Jake as you see Superman just going by there. So Jake dropping down to P11 after that pit stop. Now, of course, obviously the rest of the drivers still going to owe a pit stop here, so that's not where he's going to stay, obviously. But we still have Ghost Viper in the lead and 4 seconds up the road from Spec 1 currently. But now Spec 1 has gotten around Betcher, so let's see if we can see when that happens. These guys are still battling as well, so... My replay stopped working. Alright. Note to self. We'll keep trying them. But starting to pull away from Betcher here, so Spec 1 back up into P2. We got Betcher into P3. We got Sparky now up into P4 with Jake pitting there. We got LJ moving up into P5 with that pit. We got Bar up into P6. We got Badass now up into P7. Vegas Paul is in P8. We've got Nolander up in P9. Jake just behind there in P10. And you see Jake has just gotten around Superman there in P11. So Superman here in P11. We got Heathen in P12. And Bandit is... in P13, struggling a little bit here today with this race, it looks like. But you know, some tracks are some drivers are just better at some tracks than other tracks, and this is a tough track when you're not used to it. So really high rate of speed. You're not really braking too hard for anywhere on the racetrack for the most part, and it's just a lot of throttle control and hitting your points. So you make one little mistake, and it's it makes for a tough day. Makes for a tough day. We can see the pace of the front runners here just absolutely blazing as they're already catching some of the guys near the backside of the field here. Bar in 5th place. Badass up into P6 now. Vegas Paul up into P7. We got Nolander here in P8. Got Jake just behind there in P9. Jake is closing in very, very quickly here on Nolander. You can just see him dripping it 5/100ths at a time, 5/100ths at a time. Nolander getting a little bit squirrely there, so that's really going to allow Jake to close the door on him. So we're going to jump on board here with Jake. And just a quick little move by Jake there on the inside of Nolander. So great job there by Jake, getting the job done. Yeah, we lost live replays, ladies and gentlemen. We lost live replays. That's really unfortunate. So Betcher down into P10, obviously making a pit stop. We got Superman here in P11. We've got Heathen in P12. Bandit rounding out the field here in P13. So you can see all the guys on track just giving it everything they got, giving it their best here. But so far, pretty tame race in comparison to the last 2 races. But again, the drivers just on their strategies and running the races currently. This will most certainly change come near the end of the race again. We're almost at the halfway mark here. We still see some drivers owing some pit stops here, so definitely seeing some strategies playing out here. Sparky in 3rd, LJ in 4th, Bar not too far behind here in 5th place. We got Badass here in 6th, Vegas Paul in 7th, Jake in 8th, and currently running purple. So he's trying to put some pressure on the, pardon me, ladies and gentlemen, 119.190 currently held by Ghost Viper 26. Nolander up into P9 with Betcher again in P10. Superman 11. Heathen's just making way for these guys in the T1 there. You can see him just pulling out of the way as he had lap traffic coming on. And Bandit is just behind right there in P13. So Bandit's not too far from Heathen here. Both drivers seem to be having a little bit of a rough night. But hey, it's racing. It is racing. So Spec now in the lead as obviously we see Ghost Viper has jumped into pit lane to take a pit stop there. So Sparky now moving up into P2. We got LJ in P3. Got Bar in P4. We've got Badass in P5. You see Heathen just giving way for some lead lap traffic there. We got Vegas Paul in P6. Jake in P7. We've got Ghost now in P8. Nolanders in P9. Betcher here in P10. Superman P11. These guys are swapping positions like crazy due to the pit lanes, obviously, with the pit stops here. We got Heathen in P12, and you see Bandit is starting to catch up to Heathen here. So Bandit trying to catch up, put a little bit of pressure on, and hey, well, somebody to race, man. It doesn't matter where you are in the pack, man. It's always fun having somebody to race against. So Bandit and Heathen are getting very close here. Maybe we're gonna have a little battle between the 2 drivers here. We'll come check on these 2 here in a minute. So we do have Spec with about a 2.7 second lead. Sparky is on the hunt though in that other Porsche 911 RSR. So again, there are 3 cars available in the series, ladies and gentlemen. One of them is the Group 3 Porsche 911 RSR, as we see here is Sparky, and Spec 1 driving in the lead. Moving down to 3rd place here, we got LJ in the Alfa Romeo 4C. And we've got Barr in 4th place here in the 3rd car, the Peugeot RCZ. Now, all these are Group 3 cars. These cars are all very specifically tested and tuned to very specific settings so that all 3 cars are evenly matched. So it comes down to driver preference of the car, or maybe a driver knows that one car is better on a certain track than another, so that may play into some of the drivers' choices here as we move forward through the season. Now, we did see Bandit make a car change from race 1 to race 3 here, so that is one of his 3 car swaps here on the season, and he has gotten around Heathen here. So Heathen's just struggling a tiny little bit here today. You see him getting passed by a couple of more lead cars there. But hey, that's alright, man. That's just the way she goes. Like I said, some of us just have bad race days. We know that he's a great racer. We see him in other leagues all the time doing very well for himself. He's just having a little bit of a struggle here tonight, maybe a little under practice. I can blame GT45 Gaming for scheduling a race right after the big celebration weekend. We got Spec 1 though moving down the track here, 2.8 seconds. He's trying to get that to 3 here. So when are the 2 drivers going to pit, basically? We got LJ in 3rd place, we've got Barr in 4th, we've got Badass in 5th, so we've got the top 5 drivers yet to pit. GVG Jake is in the lead of all the drivers that have pit in 6th place. Vegas Paul has not pit yet, I don't believe. We have Ghost Viper who has pit, so he's in P8. Should take P2 back once these guys all round out their pit stops. We got Betcher in P9, Nolander in P10, Superman in P11. He's having a good race here tonight as well. We got Bandit up into P12, and he's in P13 here. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a really small racetrack, so yeah, even if you're in the lead of the race, you're not immune to not having traffic in front of you here at Sardegna. Just the simple fact is we have 13 drivers on the grid, and it's just a hair over a minute around the racetrack. So you're going to see guys catching up to the slower paced cars eventually here. So we're starting to see that now as these guys are starting to make their way through some of the field. We are just with our leader here. Let's jump on board with our leader. Forwards. Forwards. We see Badass and Super Ninja now coming into pit lane there as well. So you see a couple of these drivers starting to make their stops here. So that does move Bar 27 up into P3. Yo, says Tattooed. Hey, how you doing, Tattooed? Over on the YouTube. My man, how are you doing? Down in the 4th place here is GVG Jake, but GVG Jake has made his pit stop. So now we do see all the leaders making their pit stops here. So we got Paul in 5th place, I believe. Paul was a pit stop as well yet. We got Ghost Viper here in P6. We've got Betcher in P7. We've got LJ in P8. We've got Badass in P9. Superman here in P10. We've got Nolander in P11. Whoa, and Bandit making a little bit of a mistake there. You just see him letting that traffic get through before he comes back on track. So he's in P12. Bandit's been, and much like Heathen, just having a little bit of a struggle here tonight. We've got Heathen sitting in pit lane there. The guys are looking at that car. Hey, let's go Apex. And that does give GVG Jake the race lead after the leaders have made their pit stops here. So Ghost Viper in 2nd place. Jake is about 9 seconds up the road here currently on the 2nd place driver. We got Vegas Paul here still rolling around the racetrack here. He's in P3. We got Betcher in P4. Super Ninja all over the back end of Betcher here in P5. We might actually see a little move happen here. Got no live action replays. Well, we've seen Betcher and LJ both get a little sideways out of that corner there. So one in dirty air and one just getting through the corner a little quicker than he was anticipating. And both drivers make it through safe and sound. But now you got battle encroaching on P3 with Vegas Paul here. So we got a three-way battle brewing here right now between Betcher, LJ, and Paul. You see Vegas Paul wanted nothing to do with that battle. You see him just get out of the way and let those two guys race right on by and let them battle each other. So we do have Betcher and Ninja now battling for P3 as Vegas Paul dropping down 2 spots there in P5. He just did not want to get involved in that battle. He just backed out there. We got Sparky in P6 with Spec right behind in P7. So Sparky jumping Spec in pit lane there. Badass in P8. We got Bar in P9. We got Superman in P10. Nolander down into P11 here. We got Bandit in P12 and Heathen still sitting in pit lane. The guys are looking at that car. But our current race leader is GVG Jake, and we'll let him get around the racetrack here, and then we'll jump on board with our current race leader as he does a full lap around Sardegna B. And don't blink, because she'd be a quick one, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, all good, brother. All good, Heathen. We appreciate you, my man. Thanks for the heads up. Bring it home, Jakey. Let's go, Betcher. Alright, so on board with our current race leader with just a little over 16 minutes remaining, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to do a lap around Sardegna B with GVG Jake, so enjoy. Enjoy. And we got our leader coming into pit lane, ladies and gentlemen. So you've seen a bit of a hairy moment there with when Jake was coming up to Bandit Zeke there, as Bandit opted in to take in that nice quick line around the corner there and caught Jake off guard a little bit. You had to see him catch on his brake a little bit there, and he almost spun out. So that was a really close call there, and great reaction by Jake. As we got Betcher to P3, Specs now in P4. Sparky in P5. Badass is up into P6. Bar is up into P7. Oh, Jake's going to come out. No, Jake's going to come out just behind Bar. So Bar does get P7. GVG Jake is right in behind in P8. So you see Jake's on a two-stop strategy here. We got Superman up into P9. We got Vegas in P11. Nolander in P10. We skipped Nolander. Not bad, Nolander. We got Vegas in P11, which we just saw. Bandit in P12 having a very close moment with our race leader there, and Heathen having an emergency to tend to at home, so he has put the car in the box for the time being. Hopefully everything is okay. But now our current race leader is Ghost Viper 26, ladies and gentlemen, as we come around here. So Ghost is now getting back into the lead here. So I guess the question is, are these guys going to try and stretch the rest of the race out, or are they going to have to make another stop? We'll drop all that information down with about 5 or 6 minutes remaining in the race, ladies and gentlemen. Let you guys take a look. We just seen Spec 1 grab P3 from Betcher and Sparky there. So Spec 1 is now back up onto the podium here. Betcher's still right there, and Sparky is putting all kinds of pressure on Betcher here. As we're watching this battle here, side by side is Sparky and Betcher. Sparky's got the inside here, but Betcher, if he can stay beside him, is going to have the inside line coming into the next corner. Oh, and Sparky giving him just enough room to get around that corner. Sparky driving very defensively here, as he didn't want to give any room to Betcher there. Now that allows Badass to catch up to Betcher. So the boys are battling here in the midfield right now for that position. As we got Sparky up in P4. Betcher's still holding P5 from Badass and still looking for P4 on Sparky. These guys are absolutely jockeying for position, but what this is allowing is it's allowing Spec 1 to be able to start to get away from this group. I know as soon as I leave, there's going to be something that's going to happen here. Now we don't have the replays working, so we don't want to miss the potential move on Badass on Betcher here. It looks like it may be happening very soon here. See them two trying to catch back up to Sparky Boomman, so a little bit of bump drafting going on here right now to try and catch up to that driver up in front. So smart call there by Badass. Instead of battling and losing more time, let's try to work together and gain that time. Let's see if we can catch these guys up front. We got Barr in P8, we've got Nolander in 9th. Oh, he almost got a little wide there. Paul is putting some pressure on Nolander, so battle for P9 here. You've seen Paul take a look there, but Nolander covered him off. So Nolander is going to hold P9 coming up this run here, but is Paul going to be able to catch up to him there? You see Paul flashing them lights, letting him know that he's still there. I'm coming, mate. We got a pair of Nolander liveries sitting right behind each other there right now, with Nolander Gaming obviously in that Porsche and Vegas Paul in that RCZ. So great little battle brewing here in the backside of the pack as well. Superman here in P11. We got Bandit, who's having a little bit of a struggle here today, and Heathen is still in the pit box there. So hopefully hopefully everything's okay. We got LJ in P1, ladies and gentlemen. He has gotten past Ghost Viper, so I don't know what happened there. I got no live action replays, so we can't even back check to see. But he is now in P2, so LJ now in the lead of the race here in P1 with Ghost in P2. We got Spec in P3. We've got Sparky in P4. We've got Badass in P5. We've got Jake in P6. We got Barr in P7. We see Betcher coming into pit lane here right now. We got Nolander in P9 with Vegas Paul still right there, hot on his heels, trying to catch up to Nolander to get that position from him here. We got Apex, Superman in 11th. And Bandit in 12th, and Heathen is still in pit lane, trying to source out whatever's going on there with that race car. So, but Super Ninja up the road here, and Ghost is trying to catch him. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here, ladies and gentlemen. As we know, LJ is quick, we know Ghost is quick, we know that with the top 10 drivers here, super close on pace in this race based off our qualifying. So this race belongs to anybody here yet today, for sure. You see Ghost is trying to catch up. You see Spec just in the background here now as well, and then just behind him is Sparky. So Sparky has gotten away from that little battle from Apex Badass and Betcher there. Betcher going into pit lane. LJ coming into pit lane here now. We got Badass moving up into P4. Jake coming around right now. He's going to jump ahead of LJ there as well. Barr is coming across. You see LJ just getting some fuel in the tank there. We got Nolander and Vegas Paul here now up into P8 and P9, still battling those two. 10th place now belongs to Betcher. Superman P11, Bandit in pit lane here as well. You can see him putting some gas in the car. So, Ghost Viper retaining the race lead here after LJ having to stop. Spec 1 still trying to chase him. 1.2 second gap, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to keep our eye on that. We have 8 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in this race. These guys got to stop. You're good, Bandit. You're good, Bandit. Woo! This battle's heating up here between Nolander and Vegas Paul, P8, P9. Right when we just jumped over to the camera here, Vegas Paul was all over Nolander's rear end of that Porsche there, but Nolander got a good run through that little right out of the mid sector there. So, but Nolander making a mistake there. You see Vegas getting a lot of ground gained on him there as Vegas came through nice and clean on good power. And then you see Vegas getting a little bit sideways now behind him. So now we see Badass and Ghost Viper making pit stops here. So can Spec go the rest of the race without having to stop is the big question. Spec 1 currently in the race lead with a 3.1 second gap over Sparky Boom Man. Jake here in third place, lurking, waiting. Bar in fourth, so Bar strategy looking like he's got him in a good place here. We got LJ back in P5. We got Ghost Viper just behind in P6. Badass just behind these two in P7. Nolander and Vegas Paul still there, battling for that 8th and 9th positions. We got Superman rocking and rolling. We got Betcher on track in P11, and we got two guys in the pit lane here currently. So, Spec 1 down the road. Can Spec hold on to the race lead? We're going to drop some information for you guys here very soon. Spec is opening that gap, opening the gap here. It was 2.1, now it's 2.7. So Spec is trying to open up as much of a gap on Sparky as he can here. 3.4. Jake is in P3 here, and I know Jake has not been too happy with his last race, especially. We see Bar getting around Bandit there. We got LJ in P5. We got Ghosty in P6. We got Apex's Badass in P7. So we're seeing drivers in spots that we're not used to seeing some of these drivers. And we got Vegas Paul making a move on Nolander. Is he going to get it done? Nolander looking for the cutback. A little bit of contact there, but Paul got sideways. Nolander going to take that position back. So very ambitious move there by Vegas Paul. Just unable to hold it out of the exit there. Nolander does get back past him there for 8th place, but Nolander making a mistake. So now Vegas Paul's going to take the move on the inside, but now that's going to put him on the outside coming around the next corner, and he's going to, no, yes, maybe. He's looking for a good exit here. He's got a great run on Nolander here coming up the hill, coming around the corner. Is he going to make this move stick? We got 5.5 minutes remaining, ladies and gentlemen, and this battle is heating up. Vegas Paul is getting racy, and he is trying to do everything he can to get around Nolander defending that Apex beautifully there as he's getting that Porsche sideways. These two guys are battling who's going to come out on top in this battle. We're going to have to wait to see, ladies and gentlemen. We do have to keep an eye on the front of our pack here as the front two are definitely starting to close up. We're going to go check on our leader at 3-second gap. 5 minutes remaining. We got Sparky. He's got 6 seconds on Jake. We got Bar in 4th place. We've got LJ in 5th. We've got Ghost in 6th. We've got Badass in 7th. Nolander is still holding P8 down for Vegas Paul, but Vegas Paul is not making it easy. He's going to do the same, try the same thing again. He's going to come in. He's going to try and get the move done on the inside. Is he going to make it stick this time? This time he holds that inside, and Nolander's going to get the switcheroo done, and he's going to take P8 back from Vegas Paul again. So what a battle these two guys are having here for P8 and P9 right now, ladies and gentlemen, as Vegas Paul has made the move both 2 laps in a row in the same corner, and Nolander has absolutely immediately responded right back with a great move on Vegas Paul to get the position back. So these two drivers are having an absolute cracking battle right now, ladies and gentlemen. These guys are just elbows out and fire in their eyes, and they are not giving an inch. This is fantastic battle in the mid pack here, ladies and gentlemen. Very late in the race by Vegas Paul and Nolander for P8 and P9, but we do got to keep an eye on what's going on up front here. We got Spec 1. He's still 3 seconds up the road, so he's looking pretty good here. He's maintaining that pace. We got Sparky in 2nd place. And he gained a little bit of time here on Jake. So Jake must have made a small little mistake somewhere there. losing about a second on Sparky in the last lap. We got Barr in P4, and he's about 7 seconds off of Jake. And then we've got LJ behind Barr. He's starting to put some pressure on Barr here, about 2 seconds behind. And then Ghost Viper is behind LJ with Badass in 7th, and then right back to this absolute jammer of a battle these guys are having, and we've lost Vegas. So Vegas has made a mistake somewhere, and Nolander is able to get a little bit of breathing room for Vegas Paul here, but 1.4 seconds, so it's really unfortunate to see as those two are really putting on a great battle there. Betcher here in P10, and ooh, a little bit of a glitch there by Betcher, so hopefully everything's all right there. We got Superman in P11. He's having he's doing a great job here. We got Bandit in P12, and we got Heathen here, still sitting in pit lane. So still attending to whatever is going on with that race car there. Race cars break, guys. That's just the way it is. So Heathen having a really unfortunate issue with his race car here this week, and you know, the mechanics will get her in behind the wall, and they'll get her looked at, and they'll have that thing running again next week. So, but Spec 1 coming around here. We got. Maybe 2 laps left, maybe not. It depends when these guys start to cross the line here. But Rockefeller Racing Spec 1 currently in the race lead here, ladies and gentlemen, and looking very strong here this week. We got Sparky in P2, Jake in P3, LJ up into P4, so he's gotten around Barr. Barr's made a mistake somewhere. Ghost Viper is in P6. He's starting to reel Barr in. We've got Badass in P7. Nolander and Vegas are still having a cracking battle here. Here we go. Here we go. T1 again can get it done. Vegas is on the apex, and Nolander's just going to take it on the outside again. So Vegas Paul just does not have an answer for Nolander in that Porsche currently in the race here tonight. And he has tried several times in T1 to get that move done, and Nolander just takes it right back. So really great job there by both those drivers as they're having an absolute feisty battle there in 8th and 9th place here tonight. And the battle isn't for the lead here at the end of this race this week. The battle is in the mid-pack here this week. But we are going to stick with our race leader. He's coming, you know, he may get the victory line. He may get a bonus lap here, depending on where him and Sparky come across this finish line. And the big question is he accounted for enough fuel to have an extra lap, I guess, is the big question here. You see him coming up on some lap traffic here. Easily getting around. Oh, and Nolander making a mistake. Vegas Paul getting the position. Vegas Paul finally going to get P8 off of Nolander, and he is getting on up at the road saying, thank you very much, mate. I will take it. And Betcher here in P10's catching up to Nolander now. We got Superman with the blue flag waving there as I believe Sparky is catching up. So Spec coming around. We're going to have to see when he comes around the corner here. It's going to be very close. Spec is going to be going to get another lap here, so this will be the final lap for our race leader, ladies and gentlemen. RR Spec 1 moving down the field here. Sparky is going to cross the line in time, so he's going to get another lap as well. We got GVG Jake. Is he going to get across in time? Yes. GVG Jake is going to get across that line in time, so he's also going to get another lap here. So all our podium drivers are on their final laps. LJ is just gets across. So Barr will be our first race finisher here tonight with a solid 5th place finish here by Barr 27. Ghost Viper 26 with a 6th place finish here as well. We got Badass coming here with a P7 finish, so great job by Apex's Badass. We got Vegas Ball after having a fantastic 10-minute or so long battle here with Nolander. And this isn't done yet. We see Nolander just in the background coming. But hopefully coming around these final couple corners here with a P8 finish here today for himself. And Vegas Paul has been looking very good this season, ladies and gentlemen. So he's definitely showing some increased pace here on this season. And I think he gave the position back to Nolander. So there might have been some contact maybe between those two where we didn't see what happened there. And Vegas Paul giving that position back to Nolander at the start-finish line. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, just the racing etiquette and respect. And there we go, Spec 1, our race winner tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic job by Spec. He's going to be thrilled. He'll be smiling now with that. He got his win. We got Sparky coming in a very close P2. And very close behind these guys in P3 and 4 are those Alfa Romeos in GVG Jake. You see him coming through sideways. And Mr. Super Ninja here as well, stepping in here tonight to race with a very strong 4th place finish. And I'm pretty sure Ninja just did not even have any practice. We do have Betcher and 10th, as we've seen. We got Superman finishing P11. We've got Bandit finishing in P12. And unfortunate for Heathen with a mechanical failure in that race car today and DNF. So that's the way she goes in racing, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes we all can't have our perfect days. But, man, huge shout out to all our drivers. We are just going to take some... Oh, we missed that screenshot. We got Nolander coming in with the big thumbs up. So congratulations to Spec 1. And Spec 1 taking pole position and a clean race bonus today. So he's going to grab pole points. But he did not get that fastest lap. So let's go check our race results. Let's save our replay first. Alright. So let's go check our race results. So unofficially, ladies and gentlemen, obviously now what happens is the drivers will have 24 hours to file any incident reports, if there is any. And then, of course, from there, that would be passed off to our amazing stewarding staff here at DMJ Vroom Room. They will take care of any penalties if needed from there, and those will be assessed moving into, obviously, standing, falling, and finishing positions. And results should be posted near the end of the week towards the weekend, ladies and gentlemen. But our race winner tonight is Spec 1, with Sparky Boomman finishing in 2nd, GVG Jake in 3rd, LJ spicing things up a little bit, finishing P4 here. We got Bar coming through with a great race tonight in P5, Ghost Viper in P6, Badass in P7. We have Nolander finishing P8, Vegas in P9, Betcher in P10, Superman in P11, Bandit in P12, and Heathen in P13, ladies and gentlemen. So we're just gonna, we gotta take some screenshots. We gotta have our informations. And fastest lap on track tonight is Ghost Viper 26. So Ghost Viper will get the fastest lap points. So what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm just gonna change the race settings to next week's race for these guys so they can take the lobby settings and, well, practice all over again, ladies and gentlemen. These drivers put a lot of work into these races and it shows on track. So another great race by all our drivers here this week. And, man, these guys just keep killing it out there. No complaints at all, that is for sure. So we're going to be heading to Barcelona next week, ladies and gentlemen. So... we're just going to set this up for the guys. Alright. So, we are going to do podium interviews, ladies and gentlemen, so just bear with me for one moment. We're going to flip to a Be Right Back screen, and then we'll do some podium interviews. Great battle from Nolander in Vegas. Absolutely. GG's, y'all. Great race for sure. We'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back with podium interviews. Yeah, good night, Joe. No worries about it, brother. Don't worry about it. Hey, there it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're a little unorganized here at GT45 Gaming tonight. It's hot out. It's been a long day. It's been a great race, and with our podium finishers here. So GVG Jake, our returning champion from last season, coming out with a P3 finish here today. And I'm pretty sure that he was not too happy with his race finish last week and definitely wanted to make sure he was hitting podium here this week. And he did so quite nicely, as a matter of fact, in that Alpha. Two-stop strategy here for Jake today on the racetrack and grabbing him a P3. So congratulations, man. And talk us through your race, Jake.
Thanks, buddy. Kinda went in blind, sort of slept in a bit, woke up 15 minutes before the race. Head medium soft over the headset, so that's what I went for. Stuck to it, and thankfully I was able to pit early enough for the softs to not lose as much time. I saw Ghost pit with about 10 minutes to go and he lost about 5 positions. I was gutted for him. But the racing was brilliant from what I saw. Had a good couple of side-by-sides, but mainly a clean race for me. Open air, just getting the laps down.
And you did have a bit of a spicy moment there. We're actually sitting on board with you about 12 or 13 minutes left in the race or something like that, and you were coming up behind Bandit Zeke there around that quick sweeper, and he kind of cut the line in on you. I don't think you realized you were there. You really had to react.
The slam on so hard.
And you did a really good job there to keep the car underneath you, because we all know that Alpha does not like very aggressive braking. It tends to turn it sideways.
Yeah.
So great job there. Scary moment for you, but great recovery again, coming back up to P3. So. Well, I know that I'm certain that you were not too happy with coming off the podium last week, and I'm sure that you're not going to be satisfied until you're back on top of the podium moving forward here in the season.
That's correct.
But man, great race still nonetheless. You definitely got some competition in front of you this season to repeat that championship, and it's just going to make for some great racing this season for sure. So shout out to my man.
Want to shout out you, DMJ, for putting this all on. Obviously the guys who we race with week in, week out, brilliant bunch. And Apex Racing also.
Beauty. Well, GG's, man, congratulations, and we'll see you next week at Barcelona. Should be a spicy one.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so moving to second place, Sparky Boomman, ladies and gentlemen. He did win last week at Spa. He had a very great race at Spa, and again tonight he's showing great pace. And Sparky is actually away from home, halfway across the country at his brother's place on vacation, racing from his brother's place tonight because he didn't want to miss out on any points here tonight. So major respect for you to find a way to still get on track and put in a good race tonight, and a second place finish. And you were battling pretty good there between first and sixth place for most of the race there. So talk us through your race. Talk us how it went for you today.
Yeah, I went online and did a little bit of research the other day and looked at like lap times and a track guide and stuff like that. I just got to my brother's today. But I thought medium soft was the way to go, but I was concerned about traffic because on this track it's really tight. Getting around people is just difficult. So I thought if I went medium and one stop, I'd avoid most of the traffic, and it looks like Spec thought the same thing, and it ended up working out for us.
Absolutely. And I mean, you didn't really have any scary moments on the racetrack that I noticed tonight. Anyways, it seemed like it was pretty cut dry race for you. Just try to maintain your pace, hit your marks, and of course get up as high up the field as possible. And you did that very commandingly today, and you're looking very strong this season. Of course, returning from last season, Sparky Booman is, ladies and gentlemen, and we were saying it by the end of last season that this guy is going to be a guy to look out for podiums this season, and well, here he is. First place finish last week, second place this week. He's definitely looking like he's hungry for that championship. Congratulations, man, and again, another great drive, and you're looking really strong this season, so it's going to be interesting to see how you handle it coming into the next couple of races. We have some big tracks coming up here with Barcelona and then St. Croix B in round 5, so it's going to definitely change some strategies and some perspectives on some of the drivers when we get to these big tracks, and we might start seeing some car changes as we get to these bigger tracks as well, ladies and gentlemen. But just great drive, man, and a fairly uneventful race for you for the most part. Good, clean battles, and shoutouts.
Yeah, well, first off, I appreciate the kudos, so thanks for that. Yeah, big shout outs to DMJ Room for putting on the the league. GT45, thanks for hosting and broadcasting. GT Omega, LWR Designs, and yeah, enjoyed the race.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, man, and can't wait to see
Thanks.
what you got for us next week at Barcelona.
Thanks.
All right, cheers. Enjoy your holidays, my man. All right, and the race winner, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I know for a fact, because I know this guy pretty well. Obviously, I'm a former I am a teammate with him. Is Spec 1. Now, gutted last week. He was having a fantastic race. He was looking at a good, strong finish to secure some more points in the standings, and made a miscalculation in fuel and ended up putting himself way down the back of the field. He put in some hard practice this week. He got on track, and he came out with a pretty commanding race drive here today. Congratulations, man. I know you were gutted last week. How you feeling this week?
Hey, man. Ecstatic. Finally got the finish that I've been looking for. You know, obviously bouncing between ACC and not really, haven't been on sport in a long time. And then between that, not really being able to practice at all, really, the last 2 races. You know, not getting discouraged, but it was more of a, I'm not racing at the level that I'm used to, worthy of the A+. So I put in some work, not crazy amount of work, but enough to go, all right, I'm feeling pretty comfortable with the car again and with the physics. And yeah, Spa felt really good, but it was just little amateur mistakes I was making that I normally never do. Right off the bat, I'd have a false start, and I never do that. And then I underfueled, so yeah, I was absolutely gutted after that second mistake, going, man, this is not meant to be. I had a shot at first there. Yeah, so this week I was trying to, not fully there yet. I still got a lot to go, but yeah, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable. I'm getting into a rhythm now. Yeah, I was not expecting that with the guys. They all strategy was all over the place, so I didn't really know how to read where I was going to finish. All I knew is from what little practice I had that softs wasn't gonna happen. So yeah, I knew that 2 medium stints was what I was comfortable with, so it paid off.
Well, and I mean, it showed, because the only 2 drivers on track that tried the one stop were yourself and, of course, Sparky Boomman, finishing just below you in 2nd place and was trying to chase you down there at the end of the race, and then the rest of the drivers on that 2-stop strategy. So the one stop definitely proving to be the strategy of the night here tonight. And I'm thrilled for you, my man. I know that
thanks.
you haven't been happy with your first 2 races, and I knew that this one was going to satisfy that competitive edge that you have.
Yeah, I don't like coming into races not prepared, and that's what it was these first 2 races. So I'm going to turn the tide. But yeah, Sparky had me second guessing. He came in at the same time. He had more fuel, and I go, all right, he's going to jump me in the pit, but I'm hoping he goes a soft. And the way he was racing it felt like he was on softs, and they eventually fell off because he was pulling on me, and then he was fading off, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I couldn't really read what he had going on. All I know is he started making up a little bit of time about 3/4 of the way in, and I realized, all right, I got more than enough fuel. I think I overfueled by 2.5 laps, and I just put the hammer down just so I knew that there wasn't any last minute, oh, here we go again, like race 1 and 2, where we're drag racing across the line. So
well, the strategy was
not as spectacular, but for you guys as the viewers, but for me, I'll take it.
Absolutely. And I mean, this was much calmer, not quite as action-packed right at the finish line type of race tonight, but there was a battle going on behind you guys in the last 10 minutes.
I'm sure. Those guys run.
It was pretty fun to watch. So, I mean, if it's not up front, there's always something going on at the end of the race. There's always some kind of close-knit going on right to the line thing, and we've seen it again this week. It just was in the middle of the pack instead of at the front of the pack this week, ladies and gentlemen. But massive race from Spec 1, and I know, like I said, Spec 1 is a competitor, ladies and gentlemen. He wants that championship, so hopefully great things to see from Spec 1 moving forward the rest of the season here as well. How you feeling about moving to Barcelona next week, Spec?
Let's do it.
Alrighty, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Shout-outs, my man.
Rockefeller Racing, you, of course, Ghost. Everybody in the series, even the back markers tonight were spot on. So yeah, everybody.
Awesome, fantastic. That's what we like to see. And we actually had Bandit in a chat saying that he made a little bit of a re-entry mistake and might have maybe caused an incident or something there. But I don't see anybody complaining in chat, so it must not have been as big a deal as he seems to think it is.
Yeah.
I guess so.
I didn't have any issues, so they are
Awesome.
all very
Absolutely
aware.
Yeah, very aware.
Awesome.
And I mean, we have some new drivers in the series this season. They've been doing a fantastic job so far, very early on in the season, abiding by the blue flag rules and everything that's been going on as well. So we almost seen Jake have a little bit of a mistake with a back marker there today, but again, just back marker misreading speed from the guy coming up, and everybody got through safe and sound. So that's the important thing. But man, huge congratulations, Spec.
Yeah, thanks, man.
We'll be getting those posts up in all the socials there for you, and you get to be the man of the hour this week since you got the big juicy race win, my guys. So congratulations, and
Awesome.
see if you can repeat it next week at Barcelona. No driver's been able to
Yes,
repeat
sir.
yet this season, so let's see if Spec 1 can break that trend.
Nope.
All right, cheers, guys.
Later.
Nope.
You guys are free to speak freely now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there we have it. I'm sweating, man. Like, these guys, they keep me on my toes, on the edge of my seat, week in and week out. We had LJ coming in with completely zero practice, literally got throwing all the details for the race at him and coming in with a P4 finish, ladies and gentlemen. So it goes to show you how quick these North American drivers are. And I mean, again, from qualifying, from top 1 to like top 9 was a second apart in qualifying from 1st to 9th place. So, I mean, this is just what to expect moving forward in the future, ladies and gentlemen, as we get deeper into the series. Again, the standings are going to shake up big time. The standings are already super tight going into round 2. They're going to be no different moving into round 3. The battle is on here in season 2, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what is going to happen this season. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We're going to be back next week again for round 4. Like I said, we're at Barcelona, and Barcelona always provides great racing. It's a super fast racetrack, and you know these guys are going to have the pedal to the metal all race long. So I would love all of you. Thank you all so much for tuning in. But again, we're going to shut the broadcast down early. Things are going to go back to normal in a couple of weeks, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get some open lobbies rolling out to the races and stuff like that. We just got some stuff going on in GT45 Gaming, real life end of things. We got some adulting that needs to be taken care of, unfortunately. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I love you all so much. Tuesdays is my favorite day of the week because it's DMJ day. The drivers are always high energy. They put on fantastic races week in and week out, and they just make great broadcasts for you guys, the viewers. So, and this is just, again, ladies and gentlemen, this has been brought to you by DMJ Vroom Room, massive esports organization of the UK. They've brought a North American division over to us, and we've been very privileged to be host over here at GT45 Gaming. So with that being said, I'd love to thank the partners, LWR Design, Fanatec, GT Omega Racing, and DDR. D-Dot Racing, ladies and gentlemen. They're all legends in their own rights, and it's an absolute honor week in and week out to bring these broadcasts to you guys, the fans, the racers, and just everybody that loves watching the content. Again, just another great race by these guys. And we're just going to catch up with some comments really quick. You didn't watch my foul up. Good race all. Great race, everyone. Thanks for the great comms. You legend. Hey, we love you, Paul. Great battle with Nolander, dude. And I mean, race recap, ladies and gentlemen. Battles throughout the whole field, all race long. Podium switch positions, all race long. But Spec 1 and Sparky Boomman coming down with the top strategies with that one stopper. They made it work. Got the top 2 spots there. And then Jake coming in with the first 2-stop strategy on P3. So, different strategies coming into play, different race finishes. Again, standings are going to get shook way up here this week. Moving into round 4, it is hard to say who is going to have the points lead. So, we love you guys, and thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back soon. Much love. Small act of kindness, ladies and gentlemen. Always take the time to try and do a small act of kindness. Today's small act of kindness, if you're rewatching the broadcast, there's still this donation button there, and the donation button is for MacMillan Cancer Support. And if you're able to donate to MacMillan Cancer Support, we would absolutely love you for it. It'll be just legendary for you to be able to support MacMillan Cancer Support, as we do support them at DMJ. And And every penny helps, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, they provide cancer treatment, from start to finish, whether it be good or bad, to families in need over there in the United Kingdom. It's a fantastic organization. DMJ's been raising money for this organization since its inception, DMJ's inception, and yeah. I mean, we appreciate all the support. I got voices in my ears, Chad. I'm getting distracted. I apologize. But I am your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming. And stay winning, everybody. Because I got to tell you, man, the champions here on track that you see week in and week out here at DMJ, they keep their heads up high and they push forward no matter what life's throwing at them. And that's what stay winning means. Stay winning means no matter what's going on in your life, you just keep your head up high, be proud of yourself, and you just push forward because you're going to get through it, ladies and gentlemen. We love you. We'll see you next week. Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love.